Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more WWE Smackdown vs. Raw 2007 General Manager Mode. It's been a long time, but we are finally back, and we'll explain shortly what has been going on with the series. But I can say the series is back, and it is back to stay. We'll be back to doing more full-time GM mode videos. So if you've been a fan of the series, I apologize for the wait, but we are back, and we're currently 4 weeks away from the Great American Bash. And we are coming off the Vengeance pay-per-view, which was a 4-star rated show, 2.5-star for our ladder matchup for the World Tag Team titles between Kane and Big Show, where Kane and Big Show did defeat Randy Orton and Chris Masters. Trish Stratus defeated Lita 1-on-1 for the Women's Championship. Tori Wilson defeated Melina 1-on-1. JBL could not knock off Rob Van Dam in a hardcore match. Batista defeated Eddie Guerrero, and in our main event, it was John Cena winning the WWE Championship matchup in a triple threat match. So retaining the title again, Cena on a bit of a roll. So now we head towards the next couple of Raws and kind of build towards what is to come, and that is going to be another big couple of months ahead for us. So we are going to give you guys a quick little recap of the roster, what has been exactly going on. We're going to check out the champions. Here's the roster at the moment, just checking out the popularity of some of our superstars, as you can see. So we've got John Cena, our WWE Champion, Kane and Big Show Tag Team Champions, Rob Van Dam, Intercontinental Champion, and Trish Stratus, our Women's Champion, as you saw after the Vengeance results. Here's the rivalries that we got going on right now. Some of these rivalries will be going away, like this one, Batista and Eddie Guerrero, for example, but some of them will be here to stay. So most of them doing pretty decent. Some of them, only just really getting going here, which has been a bit of an issue. But you can see Rob Van Dam and JBL. Nobody wants to see that anymore, so we'll be dropping that one. And we'll listen to the crowd. We'll actually listen to the fans. We won't try and drag it out even any longer. We weren't really going to plan on doing that anyway. But so this week's main event. So let's get straight into kind of booking the show this week. So what is going to be exactly happening is we've got John Cena, Undertaker, Kurt Angle, and now Batista all involved in the main event mix. Batista now the #1 contender for John Cena's WWE Championship. Undertaker and Kurt Angle and John Cena currently in a rivalry, so we're going to stretch that one out for a couple more shows perhaps, just to kind of get as much as we can out of that rivalry and kind of help us guide along through this a bit of a tough period, because you're making that transition from rivalry to rivalry. Your ratings are going to take a bit of a hit, so we're going to try and drag out some of our rivalries that have a little bit more left in them, so we can make sure that the ratings don't suffer any kind of damage there. We are well ahead on the ratings right now after our Vengeance pay-per-view, so we need to kind of continue our momentum, because we can keep the ratings going. We could really take SmackDown out of the equation. Booker T and JBL 1-on-1, by the way, and our next matchup will be Rob Van Dam. We're going to go Shelton Benjamin, but we decided against it. We're going to go Eddie Guerrero instead and make it more of a high-profile matchup. We'll see if Eddie Guerrero can knock off the IC champion. Eddie Guerrero does want a title shot, which is another reason why we are going to go for that one. Tag team action here between our 4 top divas. Tori Wilson defeating Melina. You can argue that she's perhaps the next #1 contender, but she'll be teaming up with the Women's Champion, I should say. We used to WWE, our Women's Champion Trish Stratus, to take on Lita and Melina anyways. And we're going to do a Diva Bikini contest as well, just to kind of boost up our Divas popularity as well. We're going to do it between Melina and Tori Wilson this week, and obviously those two are in a bit of a rivalry. We're kind of stretching that one out a little bit longer as well, and we'll see if we can keep that going to build up our popularity for our women's division. So that's exactly what's going to happen there. We're also going to do a singles matchup. It'll be our 4 men in the tag team division going at it. So Randy Orton and Kane going 1-on-1. Masters will join Orton, and Big Show will join Kane in their respective corners. So that should be a good one. We'll see how that one kind of pans out. Obviously Masters and Orton not quite getting there just quite yet as a tag team, getting the win, and that wasn't able to get it done at the Vengeance pay-per-view, so we'll see how they fare on tonight's Raw. Shelton Benjamin will go 1-on-1 with Johnny Nitro to finish it off, and on Nitro will have Mercury in his corner, and Benjamin, well, he'll have someone a little bit different this week. He'll have Mickie James, so just to kind of give everyone an opportunity to be on the show tonight, which is what it's all about. So Benjamin has Mickie James, and Nitro has Mercury, so that is shaping up to be pretty good in the end. So we're going to play the Eddie Guerrero and Rob Van Dam matchup here tonight, I think, and I think we're all set. Everyone's kind of booked in, and I think we're pretty good to go. So we're going to lock that one in, and we are going to go ahead and play Rob Van Dam versus Eddie Guerrero, and we will play this week as Eddie Guerrero. So let's go ahead and get straight into this matchup. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, here comes Eddie Guerrero, who had a tough night at Vengeance. He had an opportunity to become the next #1 contender for John Cena's WWE Championship, but Batista got the win in the end, ruining Eddie Guerrero's aspirations of once again becoming a champion. But hey, he's decided he's going to come after Rob Van Dam, perhaps the fastest rising superstar here on Raw. Eddie Guerrero's going to go check him out and see what he is capable of doing. So Eddie Guerrero versus Rob Van Dam one-on-one here tonight. And obviously if Guerrero does pick up a win over Van Dam, that may prove enough to give Guerrero an opportunity at Van Dam for that Intercontinental Championship. I am excited to see what happens between these two, and we'll see who indeed will walk away with the win here tonight. Rob Van Dam versus Eddie Guerrero. What a matchup this is going to be. And it's about to start right now. Our two competitors are ready to go, and so are we. Eddie Guerrero and Rob Van Dam. So Van Dam, he's been very, very impressive as an Intercontinental Champion. You got to admit, you know, for a long time there, Van Dam, we didn't exactly know what was going to become of him. You know, he was in the mix. You know, would he become a world title contender, or will he? Oh, Guerrero almost getting a 3 count there quite early on, gets the count of 2. We didn't know where Van Dam would lie. You know, was he going to be an Intercontinental Championship contender, or was he going to move up to the main event? As it turns out, he went after that IC title, he got the win. But now many are believing that Van Dam's ready to move up, and he could be a potential contender for the WWE Championship very, very soon. Now, I have to agree, Van Dam's been very, very impressive, and his popularity is rising and rising every single week. The fans are loving Rob Van Dam, and I guess it's only a matter of time before Van Dam steps up to the main plate. So a reason why the series has been on a bit of a hiatus as of late. Yes, one WWE 2K16 came around, which is probably a big reason. But, you know, I always wanted to try and keep the series going despite 2K16 being out. I knew perhaps a couple of weeks I was going to focus on that, and maybe after the first pay-per-view or two, I'll move on to, move back to GM mode and things like that. But a big reason was because my game capture broke. I only have one game capture that can record on the PS2, obviously. I bought it specifically to do that. And it broke after a short period of time. Only lasted me, 3-4 months, which is a real pain. So I don't really have the money to go out and buy a new one. But as it turns out, I moved back home a couple of weeks ago, as you guys know. Oh, Guerrero almost getting a count of 3 again, a count of 2. So I moved back home a couple of weeks ago, as you guys know. And I found my old game capture, the first one I've ever had, and it still works, which is, it's 5 years old now, and it still works like a house on fire. It's perfect, not a single problem with it at all, whereas all the new ones I have just have problem after problem after problem. So this one works fine, and it's old enough that even though it was designed for the PS3 and Xbox 360, so it has the AV and the component cable compatibility, so it works for the PS2, which is great. So we are able to once again record on the PS2, and I tell you what, I've been missing GM mode, and I feel really bad because I haven't done the GM mode videos. It hasn't because I haven't forgotten about it. I have not had the tools to be able to record it. Oh, jeez, it's almost a 3 count there by Van Dam. So I just haven't got the device to record it, but now I do, so we should be fine. I'm probably going to get this other capture card that I've got. I'm going to try and get that replaced or something like that. So that's the plan. So hopefully I don't have to buy a new one. And again, a count of 2.5. Very close falls here. So it's been frustrating that, that capture card went down so early, but hopefully we should be back up and running in the next couple of weeks. I think right now, expect to see a lot more GM mode. Again, a count of 2. Jeez, it's getting close, isn't it? So more GM mode this week, and we'll probably be back to full-time bases, like I've said. So Guerrero and Van Dam, been very close, obviously, a lot of close falls happening, but Guerrero seems as though he has the upper hand here on Rob Van Dam. And Van Dam has Guerrero. And Van Dam coming after Guerrero. And he's going to pick him up and slam him down for a side slam. Side suplex, I should say. And now Guerrero is down. Back to his feet now, and they lock up. But a right hand there by Rob Van Dam. And his fists aren't generally used all that much. It's generally the kicks that do the most damage for Rob Van Dam, but he's going to do whatever it takes to take down Eddie Guerrero here tonight. And an elbow shot there to Guerrero. So Guerrero, he's had a real tough time here on Monday Night Raw. He hasn't exactly picked up many big wins. Every time he's been close to breaking through and, gaining an opportunity at that WWE Championship, he fails at the last hurdle. So Guerrero's had a real tough time of it, and he needs to kind of turn things around, and obviously a victory over Rob Van Dam here tonight would do that very nicely. But I'm not sure Guerrero can do it. Van Dam's been very, very good. Obviously, Guerrero has the advantage right now, and you can see Guerrero, he's showing off a little bit here. And Guerrero has the submission applied. He has that arms wrapped around the throat of Rob Van Dam. Does not pick up the victory, though. And now Eddie Guerrero thinking about the frog splash off the top. Van Dam gets out of the way, though. And Guerrero, well, he hits open territory. And Rob Van Dam, luckily enough, escapes. Eddie Guerrero hits a rolling thunder as well. Well, how's that for your troubles, Eddie? Get out of the way. Van Dam is firing up now, but Guerrero is trying to make sure that that does not occur. Guerrero trying to do everything in his power to stop Rob Van Dam here from getting back into this matchup. And a side suplex, down goes Van Dam. Guerrero taking an opportunity right now to kind of regain his breath here. Right hand, a stiff one, takes down Van Dam. And Guerrero's just really throwing lefts and rights everywhere that he can to try and make sure that he picks up this win. And oh geez, that was a bit low, wasn't it? And Guerrero, that's what he's all about, lying, cheating, and stealing. And he's going to try and go for the 3 count here off that low blow. And oh, that shoulder just gets up. And Guerrero cannot believe it. He's going to argue with the referee right now. He needs to focus on Rob Van Dam, though. He's going to make a big mistake here. Van Dam, crossbody. Running crossbody at Eddie Guerrero. And that might be the tide turner. And again, kicking Van Dam, down he goes. So, kicking Guerrero, down goes Eddie Guerrero. And another rolling thunder there by Rob Van Dam. This could be it for Guerrero. He needs to do something here. Guerrero from behind! Guerrero, shoulders down! Guerrero, all his weight on Van Dam! And he got it! This time, Rob Van Dam couldn't kick out. And Eddie Guerrero surprises Rob Van Dam and sneaks away with the win. I tell you what, he got lucky there. Rob Van Dam was about ready to get back into it and put Eddie Guerrero away, but Rob Van Dam unable to do it. Eddie Guerrero picks up a much-needed victory. I tell you what, Guerrero's had a very tough number of months, but this could be the moment where it all changes for Eddie and everything turns around back into his favor. Big victory for Eddie Guerrero, so go ahead and check out the other results for this week. So let's go simulate, and it's going to be Shelton Benjamin picking up the victory over Johnny Nitro. So Eminem have really been struggling as of late. Randy Orton picks up the win over Kane, so big victory there for them. Lita Molina pick up a victory over Tori and Trish. Booker T gets a win over JBL, and Batista and Kurt Angle knock off John Cena and The Undertaker. A big victory there. And we'll go check out the ratings. Can we pick up another win? It's going to be a tough one. Obviously, we're in that bit of a transition period. Let's hopefully we can get it done. So here it is. SmackDown do get the win, but it's only a small 10,000 game. Hey, they need a lot more than 10,000 viewers to change the ratings. So they can have 10,000. We're okay with that. So let's check out our show. 2.5 star rated show. So not exactly a great one. Some of our matches doing pretty well, but for the most part, 2.5 stars and a couple of 3.5 stars for our bigger matches on the show. So a little disappointing, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. Like we said, a bit of a transition period. So let's go check out some of the morale of our superstars. You can see a few of them a little bit frustrated. Batista wants a title shot. He's going to be getting one. Booker T wants a title shot, as does Eddie Guerrero. Mercury can't win. Either can Nitro and Undertaker. He can't win either, so that's a little bit of a surprise. So there you go. That's the situation right now. And looking very, very good indeed. So I think, ladies and gentlemen, things are looking up for us right now. We really are doing quite well. And we have a few more rivalries we have to kind of set in stone heading towards our next pay-per-view. So we are going to do Rob Van Dam versus Eddie Guerrero in a rivalry. I think it makes sense now. Guerrero picking up a victory. So we'll do Student versus Tito, whatever. And Rob Van Dam versus Eddie Guerrero. We'll make that one a bit of a longish rivalry just in case we do want to drag it out for a while. So there you go. We'll kind of build towards that in the next coming weeks. Some of our other rivalries need a little bit more time to develop, and we're going to give it that in the next few episodes of GM Mode. So here's the fan support right now. Look at that lead we have. It is huge. Absolutely huge. 1.7 million viewer lead. Well, thereabouts. 1.6 or so. So a huge lead for us right now. Fantastic DC Smackdown 3-star rated show. And that only earned them 10,000 viewers And perhaps this is the reason why. Lance Cade versus Rey Mysterio for the world title. Jeez, that'll put asses in seats, won't it? Alrighty, so the Power 25, this is the situation right now. So we're not quite at the top of the list, but we have a good presence in the top 10 regardless, and the top 15 as well. Pretty even. I think maybe SmackDown might have the upper hand on us there. And here's our top 15 here on our show. So there you go. Things are looking up, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoyed the return of GM Mode. If you did, make sure you smash the like button. It would be great if we could hit 5 likes on this video. And make sure you subscribe if you haven't already to see more GM Modes coming in the near future. Keep the comments coming, guys. What matchups would you like to see in the future? Let me know. Thanks, guys, for watching. See you next time. We have our own different flags. And oh, wait a second. This is one of our community members over here. And this is what he's doing. His head is through the wall. I don't know what the fuck is going on there.